This is 5 on your side at 5. Focused on you.
Now at 5, let's begin with a live look over Busch Stadium. That's where the St. Louis Cardinals will take on the Boston Red Sox in about an hour. It's the second game of their series. Thank you for joining us. I'm Brent Solomon. We're also getting a sneak peek at summer temperatures this weekend as a 3-day stretch of the 90s starts tomorrow. Weather First meteorologist Gary Frank now with that first look at the forecast.
Yeah, good evening. As we continue to look at warmer conditions, that's something we haven't seen in a while. In fact, we haven't hit 90 degrees just yet. We can use some days where we really dry things out, but with all that humidity, you really feel that right now as we start to dry things out a little bit here as we look at Kirkwood Farmers Market. Otherwise, hardly a cloud in the sky. We have a few clouds that have popped up, but for the most part, any storm that's kind of hanging around is well to the south, and you'll see those storms that remain to the south finally drying us out. Temperatures right now close to 90 degrees here just outside downtown, as you would expect, but there are some other spots that are in the mid 80s, and just when you add some of that humidity, maybe up a little bit. Not much though. There's not a ton of humidity just yet. I think we'll probably start to see that maybe a little bit here. So over the next several hours, I do expect that temperatures are going to continue to stay on the warm side here as we drop down into the mid 80s here and eventually not dropping all that much into the overnight hours. The key factor for us is we're finally going to stay relatively dry through the weekend and into early next week, but we're already monitoring our next chance for stronger to even severe storms here over the next few days. We'll look ahead at what day that impacts us and talk a little bit more about some of the expected impacts ahead. Greg.
Yeah, we'll definitely want to hear that. Thank you, Gary. Stay on top of the Weather First forecast anytime you'd like. Text the word weather to 314-425-5355. We want to get now to a developing story in Illinois. State police say the northbound lanes of I-55 are shut down now. That's near Litchfield because of an accident. That crash happened around 8:30 this morning at mile marker 52 involving a commercial vehicle that was carrying hazardous materials. No word on when that highway will reopen or if anyone is hurt. Look for updates on air, online at ksdk.com and on the 5 on Your Side app. Right now, a man is behind bars after police say he shot 3 people overnight in North City. Officers showed up to I-70 near Grand around midnight. They found one victim and the suspect inside of a car that was damaged in the shooting. Officers took that man into custody. Investigators learned that the shooting happened on North 9th Street near the Stan Musial Bridge. They found 2 more victims there who identified the suspect as the shooter. The victims were taken to the hospital with minor injuries. Right now, a St. Louis police officer is recovering after he suffered a serious eye injury while trying to make an arrest. Officers were called to a fight between 2 women at Carter Avenue near Centra Avenue around 6:30 last night. As the officers separated them, police say a teenage girl tried to start another fight. The officer then grabbed the teen and attempted to make an arrest when another suspect, a 35-year-old woman, got involved, taking his flashlight and hitting him in the face several times. Both the teen and the woman were arrested. They face several charges. That officer was rushed to the hospital and treated for a serious eye injury. Fellowship, food, and faith at the kickoff to this year's Grill to Glory, sponsored by the Urban League. 5 on Your Side's Mercedes McKay stopped by a few of the churches that are participating.
Outside of Centennial Christian Church Saturday, camaraderie and cooking filled the front lawn.
We are connecting with the community. And so it's not about just giving a hot dog out. It is about establishing a relationship.
The place of worship is one of the more than 250 churches within the St. Louis metro area participating in the Urban League's Grill to Glory program.
Churches have a responsibility. And what better way to connect with the community than through the churches? So I think this initiative is phenomenal.
An initiative that extends beyond the barbecue, but also includes health screenings, legal aid, utility assistance, and more. Something Patricia Pendleton says is an enhancement of what her sanctuary already embodies.
It has established trust, and because they trust Centennial and what we're doing, then they come to Centennial.
Just down the street, it was a similar picture outside of Faith Missionary Baptist Church as believers gave out more than just prayer.
It's less fortunate people out here, and we try to reach out and help everyone.
With every hot dog cooked and wrapped, church members like Cheryl Kiles knows firsthand what this sanctuary can do for people, spending every Sunday here since she was 12 years old.
The church has made me a better person because I was, some people be down in the dump. Everybody needs somebody. And we got that heart, open heart.
Because opening up their hearts while filling up their stomachs is what this citywide program is all about.
We try to reach down and help them up, let them know God is in their life.
In St. Louis, Mercedes McKay, 5 on your side.
All about bringing church and the community together. Participating churches will grill every Saturday over the summer from 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. Today, the Ethical Society of Police hitting the streets to get to know their neighbors. The organization hosted a block party at Turner Park in the Vandeventer neighborhood. The event is part of its pre-academy recruitment program, where students engage the community before taking the steps towards a career in law enforcement.
They're showing you that they want to do this job. They're showing you that they need to do this job. So we got to get behind them and help them become the next police officers. I'm training my replacement. That's really what I'm doing.
That free 10-week program designed to support and prepare participants for success in the training programs for public safety jobs in this city. Well, right now, the future of many St. Charles County libraries is pretty uncertain. Last night, the county's Board of Trustees met to consider closing 3 branches. After 4.5 hours of deliberation, they decided to delay that vote for another month. Library officials say in 2 years, revenues will fall behind their costs, and they've cut everything that they can.
We have been trying any number of things, considering any number of things. As you know, we've changed hours, we closed on Sundays for a period of time. We really have, we're exhausting all possibilities, thinking as creatively as possible.
They say some possible solutions to avoid laying off staff are to fundraise and give more money to the St. Charles City County Foundation, as well as increase donations to try to keep more library doors open. Well, time is running out for Congress to pass a bill that will provide money to victims of radioactive waste. This week, the St. Louis advocacy group Just Moms STL traveled to D.C. to push lawmakers to pass what's called RECA. Yesterday, Congresswoman Ann Wagner helped secure a meeting with the House Speaker's policy director. They shared why RECA needs to be expanded, along with personal stories of victims in our area.
They really had no idea that we were still being exposed here, that we had found radioactivity in our parks and in our homes and in our backyards and schools. And so there was a lot of information exchanged, and really we left them with facts and documents and really no more excuses as to why we can't get RECA on the floor for a vote.
Next week, Just Moms STL is set to meet with the House Speaker. The deadline to pass RECA is Friday, June 7th. Ahead of summer travel season, you might be tempted to use a TikTok trend called skip lagging to save a few bucks on your flight. Verify's Brandon Lewis explains what that is and whether it's a good idea.
Social media is full of travel hacks, including this TikTok with more than 6 million views that claims you can save money on your next flight by buying a ticket with a layover in the city where you actually want to go.
So I ended up just finding a flight to Minneapolis, but the layover was in Dallas.
It's called skip lagging or hidden city ticketing, but is it really a risk-free way to save money on flights? Our sources are the contracts of carriage for the nation's 10 major airlines and travel website going.com. Let's say you want to fly from Seattle to Dallas and the ticket costs $300, while the ticket from Seattle to Tampa that stops in Dallas is $200. The travel hacks encourage people to buy the cheaper ticket and just not bother getting on the Dallas-Tampa leg. But this practice is banned by every major airline except Allegiant Air, which doesn't sell connecting tickets. The other airlines caution if they catch you, they could invalidate your ticket. There are also other consequences. Southwest and Alaska say they may charge you the difference in fare, and United warns it can permanently ban passengers. That said, as a one-off, it could also save you some money.
While it can be a handy tool to occasionally use, it does come with consequences if abused, and it's not for the infrequent traveler that doesn't understand those consequences and how to actually apply it. By no means, as a travel expert, am I suggesting it, but at the same time, it's not illegal.
So, no, skip lagging or hidden city ticketing is not a risk-free way to save money on flights, and it's up to you to weigh whether the savings are worth the risk. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
If you have an idea that you'd like to see on Verify, email us at verify@ksdk.com.